Extreme historical hobbies that sound made up, but aren't. So chat, I have a lot of pretty respectable hobbies in my life. Doom scrolling, sleeping. That's actually all I do, to be honest. Back in the day, they didn't have internet. So what did they do? Let's find out, bro.
Luxury of playing video games, downloading a book, or pulling up a YouTube video about how strange history can be. You should probably do more of that last one. But back in the day, folks had to get
He just indirectly tell me to watch his channel more. That was smooth. I'm not even gonna get mad.
creative when looking for ways to pass time. And I mean, alarmingly creative.
Are these OG sunglasses? Wait, hold on. Back in the day, they had drip.
Today, we're going to tell you about some extreme hobbies
Let's
from
move
the
this down
past
here.
that sound made up, but totally aren't. But before we get started, why
Before we get started, drop your weirdest hobby in the chat. Watching this stream.
Humanity's obsession with the macabre did not begin with 80s slasher films or classic Hollywood monster pictures. It turns out people have always enjoyed gruesome get-togethers, and few are more ghoulish than mummy unwrapping parties. While the word mummy is classically associated
serious?
with ancient
Are we
Egypt,
serious?
we're actually looking
The hell,
quite a bit
man?
further ahead on the calendar to 19th century Victorian England, where the richest, most influential weirdos would buy up all the mummies they could get their hands on.
Surely this is some sort of crime. Isn't it like a whole religion or like a whole culture? And they're just buying mummies to unwrap them. I guess for the right price, you can buy whatever you want, man.
Members of high society would be invited to view these cadavers, ironically, in the middle of the living room, being unwrapped and often degraded in front of a light audience. Like a burlesque show for dusty skeletons.
Oh, that's nice, man. It's like a light audience. Sounds cool. Would I participate in it? No.
You had to possess a bit of showmanship to host one of these eloquently eerie soirees. Like famous surgeon Thomas Pettigrew, who was renowned for being one of the best mummy undressers in the business. That is, before criticism caused the parties to fall out of fashion.
What classifies a good mummy unwrapper? Like, is it just the ability to like suavely, like with flamboyancy, pull each toilet paper piece off? It's not toilet paper. Is that disrespectful? Am I getting canceled? Yes. One of the best mummy unwrappers in the game. Yo, chat, if you've ever unwrapped a mummy, put a 1 in the chat, man. Did you guys know it's illegal to die in Svalbard? You can't die? Then what do you do? If you passed out, you're like, oh, take me across the border. Like, what do you even do at that point? No, about to die. No. What do they charge you with if you die? It's illegal to die. Oh, the next one's morgue visits. Oh my gosh.
Normally, the morgue is reserved for people with temperatures well below 98.6 degrees.
Dead
But
people?
19th century Paris was able to turn, "Hey kid, you want to see a dead body?" into a booming business model. In 1886, a newspaper article reported on a
Are we serious, dude? Monetizing looking at dead bodies?
4-year-old girl who died from only a bruise on her hand. Morbidly curious members of the public flocked to the morgue to get
That's
a look
weird.
at the poor deceased soul on display. That frenzy is believed to have shifted the morgue business from a way to identify the remains of loved ones into an exciting pastime for French citizens and British visitors alike.
Yo, bro, you want to come pull up to the morgue today, man? We're gonna go sightseeing. Let's see what kind of dead people we can find, man. I'm trying to find one over 7 feet. Like, what? The French also gathered for public executions? Oh, I guess that's normal.
By the end of the 19th century, the morgue was considered a must-see destination in France. Bodies were displayed in morgue windows for all to see, sometimes for several days at a time. Obviously, this practice has since fallen out of fashion, but it paved the way for modern-day mannequins. Just kidding. Or am I?
Who the hell is this commentator? He's out of pocket. Oh my gosh.
I hate Canada because half of them speak French and the other half of y'all just let them.
These days, a Civil War picnic is where you and the rest of your 5th grade history class go to watch a bunch of part-time actors pretend to shoot each other in period-accurate clothing. But back during the Battle of Bull Run, the first land battle of the American Civil War, many were able to witness the real thing while enjoying a light snack. Many people went out and set up picnics near the battlefield to witness the combat firsthand.
This might be the dumbest hobby I've ever heard of. You want to come out for a picnic today, man? We're gonna go have it out in the park. I forgot to mention though, there will be shots fired and there will be bombs being dropped. Okay, so do with that as you will. It'll be good though. It'll be fire. No pun intended.
Convinced that the Union forces would rapidly claim victory. Nobody quite knows why anyone thought it would be a good idea to enjoy a basket of finger food while their friends and neighbors shot cannons at each other. But suffice it to say, their
You're having a picnic and then just like sneak a gun in there and just like, when no one's looking, bow, 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 bow on the enemies.
decision to treat the conflict like a croquet match was swiftly regretted once the actual fighting got underway. Reports of spectators rushing to escape have been described as utter chaos.
This is so
Roads
dumb.
were
Like,
clogged with broken down
what would you
carriages
think
trying to get away
is gonna
from the
happen?
action in what became known as the Great Skedaddle.
We're gonna have a picnic right next to a war zone and it's gonna be safe. Did anyone have logic back then? I feel like human brains took a long time to develop. And when I say a long time, I mean the long way. Shout out peanut butter and jelly, the long way. Shout out hot dogs, the long way. What?
Before the NFL, the Super Bowl, and Tom Brady's televised divorce, there was mob football. Most of modern football was derived from this early version of the sport, originally created in the 12th century. Much like today, the game was played with a pigskin ball, which would be fought over by two opposing teams trying to score a goal. Unlike today's game, however, you
Pigskin? Out of any sort of animal you could have used to make the ball, you chose a pig. I guess it's used to having mud on it, so that's the plus, right?
had to score 3 times before receiving 1 point. Geez, their injury reports must have been a horror
What?
show. Other than that, there was pretty much only one rule: no murdering. It was a brutal game, less a sport than a segment on Jackass. But its popularity can't be denied, as it stands the test of time over 900 years
What?
later.
It's still going?
Yep, that's right. The original version of Mob Ball. is
Okay,
still
that's
played
crazy.
in
That's
the
too much.
UK.
I wonder if you're allowed to bring brass knuckles or like a weapon. I'd hide a katana in my pants and just freaking. Sorry you had to hear that. Can't believe they used to make footballs out of you. I'm not a pig. I'm not a pig, dude.
With 2-day-long matches held every year on Shrove Tuesday and Ash Wednesday for thousands of fans.
Carrying flaming tar barrels. This just sounds like a night out with the boys. Okay, I don't know what this hobby is, but it sounds the most relatable to me.
Around the 17th century, the hottest accessory wasn't jewelry or fancy clothes. It was a literal flaming barrel of tar you would carry down the street.
What's tar? What is
Wonder
that?
if you can wear one on a chain, like Flava Flav. The bizarre tradition dates back centuries in England's Ottery St. Mary, where the custom of carrying flaming barrels of tar down the road has been time-honored since 1605, just after Guy Fawkes' infamous gunpowder plot. The tar barrel
Yo, chat, I feel like we should just like low-key stop the human thing and just honestly end the human race and restart. I feel like that's the best decision here, right? We're the most smart organism, but also the most dumb. We're so smart that we have the intelligence to do dumb things. When you put it in that perspective, it just makes us sound goofy, bro.
barrels are meant to symbolize the 36 barrels of gunpowder used by Fawkes in his attempt to blast Parliament sky high, like a gender reveal party.
Okay,
Originally,
well.
the barrels were rolled down the street. Today, the barrels are carried down the streets on the backs of giddy participants.
That's fun, man. Chat, are you guys gonna have a gender reveal party when you guys have a kid? I don't know, man. I feel like it's corny, but everyone's doing it nowadays, right? If I don't do it, maybe it's just like I'm missing out. Maybe it's just a thing you have to do. Shin.
first cut-
Did I read that right? Shin kicking? Are we serious? Like, this isn't even a hobby. This is just pain.
Cotswold Olympic shin
Playing
kicking
what?
event was held in
Shin kicking?
1612 near Chipping Campden. For many in the English countryside, the hobby is
Oh, boo, boo. Why is he wearing cushions? This is not how me and the boys used to do back in the day. We used to just go bare shins, no pants. In fact, we used to do it butt naked.
still going strong over 400 years later. The game is an offshoot of what is called
It's
Cotswold
not.
wrestling.
It's
the
not
game
going strong. I haven't heard of it. It's going strong. I've never heard of this in my entire life.
being to trip an opponent by
Cotswold
hooking their
wrestling?
legs. It has since evolved to include players kicking shins, hitting, and tussling until the opponent is
Why are they
down on
wearing
the
lab
ground.
coats, Chad?
Basically, it's the pastime of little brothers and retired shuffleboard players drunk on Irish coffee. Famed lawyer Robert Dover is believed to be the father of Olympic shin kicking. The event went on for nearly 200 years straight before being suspended in 1642 during the English
That's
Civil
not even
War.
funny, bro.
But shin kicking was revised in
Oh, it came back.
1965
Came back, man.
and has gained amazing traction ever since, with thousands of participants joining in year after year.
This is almost as bad as that one sport where they like go down a hill. I don't even know what it is. I think they roll a cheese down the hill and they have to run after it. And then there's those guys that are like flipping or something down the hill and almost dying. It's almost as bad as that one. Atomic
Back
tourism.
In 1951,
Oh, no.
the detonation of an atomic warhead above the Nevada deserts gave birth to a fad known as atomic tourism. Like today, Las Vegas was no stranger to capitalizing on profit when opportunity arose. So the powers that be wasted no time on branding Vegas as the country's—
Wait, this is a good idea. Drop an atomic bomb on a city to create economic prosperity. Oh, drop an atomic bomb to use it as a tour site that people can come to and make the money back that you lost on the infrastructure and people you killed. Oh!
Atomic tourist capital. Throughout the Strip in the 1950s, you could find showgirls wearing mushroom cloud-inspired clothing, atomic cocktails being served at the bars, and even areas where one could go watch a live detonation for themselves from a relatively safe distance. Sort of like a—
Yeah, let's just ruin the landscape for some bucks. Are we serious? Just breaking stuff for money. That's not even funny at this point, bro.
Disney character breakfast with the most terrifying—
Yo, chat, I get the front row seats, man. Atomic tourism. Whoa! Just get freaking blown to smithereens. I'd go again.
ever constructed. Fans swept up in the hype would frequent Vegas in the 50s to view the atomic clouds, buy collectible postcards or calendars, and breathe in a crisp lungful of fallout. Eventually, the limited test ban was put into place in 1963, which prohibited above-ground nuclear testing. The fad may have been brief, but the memories and radiation poisoning will last a lifetime.
Shout out radiation poisoning, man. Bro, the next one's killer ceramic figurines. Killer? Huh?
During the Industrial Revolution, the emerging middle class in Victorian England found themselves with expendable income and nary a Beanie Baby or Funko Pop figure in sight to spend it on. In their absence, Staffordshire Factory's colorful figurines became the must-have collectibles of the day.
Colorful figurines.
Featuring likenesses of mermaids, pirates, and even a depiction of a jealous wife.
That might be.
These porcelain statuettes were highly sought after by
man.
collectors. But by
No, I know people that like this kind of stuff, man. I've never been someone that likes statues or figurines like this. Yeah, I feel like having weird stuff, it just adds like a certain aesthetic to your room. You know what I mean? And you're like, damn.
By far, the hottest statues to put on your shelf were those of infamous murderers. Notorious
Okay, see, now this is where it gets kind of niche. What?
slashers at the time were forever immortalized as 6-inch ceramic figurines, sort of like an
Murderers.
Edgelord Precious Moments
Oh, nice,
collection.
man.
And because Victorian England already had quite an obsession with the macabre, the statues sold like hotcakes. You could collect them all, including grisly figures.
Oh, wait, that's actually smart, chat. Just like making figurines of people that were serial killers and selling them for an upscaled price. Wait, that's genius.
Deranged farmhand James Bloomfield Rush, or William Corder, who perpetrated the Red Barn murder. People still buy up Staffordshire ceramics.
Wait,
to
that's a
this
new addition to the vocab. Perpetrated. Can someone tell me what that means?
Barn murder. People still buy up Staffordshire ceramics to this very day.
What were they doing back in the day, man? Nowadays, it's so much more simple. Turn on your phone, press on TikTok, doom scroll. Simple. Back in the day, they're doing this really intricate, creative stuff: mummy unwrapping, murderer statues, headless photos.
Another way Victorian England indulged its obsession with the macabre
This is weird. This is another level of weird. Oh my god.
Was the
Just
headless
beheading people in photos just for vibes.
photograph fad, which is exactly what it sounds like.
This is just AI. This is just what AI was back in the day, no? Or are they actually headless?
Likely concocted by pioneering photographer Oscar Gustav Raylander in 1856.
Raylander.
Headless photography was one of the early forms of photographic manipulation.
Nice, man. She's holding her head.
The
That's
method
fire.
involved working with the original negatives as well as cutting and pasting with actual scissors and paste.
I'm just happy to hear they didn't actually behead people and hold them in their hands, because that's what I was kind of going down the route of thinking, because this whole video is crazy, so I didn't really know. But I'm glad it's just like, you know, it's an in-post type thing, which I kind of, you know, I'm kind of relieved about, right?
The main
Hey, Chud, we see the mess of books next to you. Yeah, that's actually aesthetics. I left that up there on purpose to show my studious tendencies. Okay.
challenge was to make the separate images appear as though one photo was taken. The other
Hey,
challenges
yo.
involved explaining why you had a photo of a headless person. Experimental photography
You walk into someone's house, the first photo you see is a photo of them holding their own head like this and just smiling. I'm leaving the house. No, I'm out. Instantly. Get me the hell out of there, bro. I'm not trying to enter this morgue.
to use various methods to create legitimate-looking decapitations, all in the name of morbid fun. Novelty photographs
Oh, that's
such
nice,
as
man.
these were commissioned
That's
during
really
the
cute.
19th century
kinda
and
wholesome if you think
required
about it.
superior photography skills in order to pull off. These were the pioneer days before Adobe
Yes,
Photoshop.
yes. I don't know if you guys know. Back in the day when Photoshop wasn't around, I used to partake in this too. I'm old. I've been around a while. I was actually the pioneer of cutting and pasting photos.
Artists would have to complete their work in actual Photoshops.
That's funny. Photoshop. It's funny. Cheetah taming. Wait, this is a good one.
The ancient Egyptians held many animals in high regard, but none more so than those in the cat family. Egyptian royalty had large cats, such as lions and cheetahs, which they used in their hunting
Shout out the
parties,
cheetahs,
or
man.
simply
So
kept as
inspirational, man.
exotic pets. There wasn't a Department of Fish and Wildlife back then. Anyone was able to keep a menagerie of exotic pets like a Miami Coke Baron. The favorite was the
See, like, this is really funny narration. I had no idea what that sentence meant. Miami Coke Baron. The hell's a baron? I don't even know what he's talking about.
which held a special reverence to Egypt's people. You could find cheetahs in many influential households.
Yes, I
throughout
remember
the
this.
region. It was a popular pastime
Cheetahs are
to
popular.
house-train cheetahs, since they could be used to hunt mice and snakes, as well as big game. You know, big game, like that neighbor who likes to work on his Trans Am at 3 in the morning. Cheetahs
Trans
were so
Am?
revered
What's
that
that?
you could often find them buried alongside their owner, which really isn't too different from modern.
Yeah, if I had a pet cheetah, I'd hop on the back of it and ride that thing. I'm not even trolling. Animal abuse? I was joking. I don't mean I would hurt the cheetah. He would give consent to me, and then I would ride it. And if the cheetah said, yes, I can ride you, yes, I would do it 100%. Imagine how fast I could go to places. You don't even need gas at that point. You just give it food, and it can take you wherever you want it to. Making silly faces was a hobby. This might be the most normal thing. This is still a hobby. I do this on my off days.
Sir James Carey may have proven that making goofy faces can be
Wait, his name's James? Isn't it Jim?
a lucrative career. But did you know
Oh,
it's
hell
also
no.
a competitive sport? Originating in 1267 at the
this is not
Egremont
pissing me
Crab
off.
Fair in the UK,
What's this guy doing?
gurning,
What the hell's that guy
or
doing?
contorting one's face, was created to celebrate the beginning of the crab apple
The hell am I
harvest
looking at?
season. Participants would push their faces through
What?
a horse collar while trying to gurn the best face. Or the
Holy, was
worst
this?
face.
Wait, this was the birth of mewing. Guys, this is where mewing started. Dude, we're finally clocking it. The OG mewers were face churners and face gurners. Oh, he really getting his jawline straight with that. Shout out the mewers of the world, man.
We're still a bit iffy on the wording. They called it gurning through a braffin.
Like, what is this? So this is the thing you have to stick your head through?
Sounds like a Sting lyric. The contests are still
Sting
held
lyric.
today in the UK during mid-September, when the world's best gurners travel to the small town.
Yo, who's pulling up to this? Like, genuinely. I'm not pulling up. I'm sorry, man.
Who can turn the best gurn?
Water jousting. This sounds cool. Surely
When
it's
a
cool.
sport gets boring,
Please tell me it's riding dolphins and jousting in the water. There has to be dolphins involved, or else I'm actually getting mad.
drop it in the water. As the old saying goes, that was the hope the creators of water jousting had when they
Shout out
took
the jousters.
traditional jousting and moved the whole operation to the river. It is believed that water jousting dates as far back as ancient
looks like
Egypt
fun.
and was popularized
Is this still
in
a thing?
France around 570 BC as a source of entertainment for French royalty.
This reminds me of the one video of the one kid at the front of the boat where he's like this, and he's like freaking like. It's like the one kid that's genuinely just like emoting on the front while the other people are like trying really hard to get the boat going. They're like using all of their energy, and that kid's at the front doing a freaking emote like. The aura farmers, yes.
The idea is similar to normal jousting, except it is played while
Holy
standing
front
in a
flip?
boat on a river instead of riding a horse. Oarsmen would row toward the opponent while the jouster tried to knock them into the water. An oarsman? Huh, no motorboats or
Oarsmen?
airboats. Are we sure it's not supposed to be less boring? Predominant matches were held along the Saône River in Lyon, where it is rumored that Queen Elizabeth I even watched one of the tournaments. The hobby is still practiced today in France and remains
That really is magnificent, isn't it, man? The queen pulling
quite
up to your
popular.
water jousting
You can
tournament.
visit the
I would
country
actually
in
cry.
August during the Saint Louis Festival to watch teams joust each other to the soundtrack of medieval songs. Just as
Jousting,
their
what?
ancestors intended.
Oh my gosh.
So what do you think?
Water jousting to the death, that's peak as hell. I can't lie, I would actually do that one. That's one of those that I understand, right? Looking at dead corpses, don't understand it. Not really. One where you have a picnic right next to a war zone, that one's kind of stupid too, right? There's a few good ones in there. I might have to adopt some.